Mesdames, Messieurs, bonjour. As you know, we had an exchange of views with the US Secretary of the Treasury, Mr. Tim Geithner, on crisis management, both in the euro area and elsewhere, and on US fiscal policy. We concurred that there are now clear signs of a slowdown in the global economic world. The heightened tensions in financial markets are weighing on the real economy in several parts of the world. This adds to the significant challenges the global economy is currently facing, in particular challenges to addressing sovereign debt tensions in the euro area, as well as restoring fiscal sustainability across both sides of the Atlantic. We are committed to a strong and coordinated international response to these challenges. We are taking strong actions to maintain financial stability, restore confidence, and support growth. There is a need for a concerted effort at a global level in support of strong, sustainable, and balanced growth. We must all set out and implement ambitious and growth-friendly fiscal consolidation plans rooted within credible fiscal frameworks. We discussed as a Eurogroup, and after Tim had left the room, the latest economic growth forecasts published earlier this week by the Commission. The economic recovery in the EU has been slowing in the second quarter after the strong first quarter of 11 in the wake of financial turmoil, rising commodity prices, and decelerating global growth. When looking forward, the Commission forecast confirms that EU economic prospects have been downgraded compared to the spring. The euro area economy is now expected to grow at a subdued pace in the second half of the year. Moreover, risks seem tilted to the downside. Despite slower growth, fiscal consolidation remains a top priority for the euro area. In view of the ongoing financial turbulence and continued severe strains in a number of financial market segments, we reconfirmed our full determination to fully implement the decisions taken by the heads of state or government on the 21st of July. We agreed with the Troika's assessment that the Irish and Portuguese economic adjustment programs are well on track. We congratulated Ireland and Portugal for the progress made in the areas of fiscal consolidation, financial sector reform, and structural reforms. We are confident that the strong commitment and determination of the authorities in both countries will allow them to address the challenges lying ahead. The governments will thereby ensure a continued rigorous and swift implementation of programs. Regarding Greece, we recognize the significant efforts made by the Greek authorities over the last year aimed at stabilizing public finances and reforming the economy. The continued full implementation of the adjustment program remains crucial to ensure fiscal sustainability, safeguard financial stability, and boost the competitiveness of the Greek economy. Therefore, we welcome the renewed firm commitment from the Greek authorities to fully and decisively implement the adjustment program. In particular, we welcome the additional measures recently announced by the government and take note of the government's willingness to adopt further consolidation measures as appropriate to ensure the full achievement of the fiscal targets for 2011 and 2012. We will decide on the disbursement of the next tranche of the program for Greece in October, based on an in-depth compliance assessment by the European Commission in liaison with the ECB and the IMF. We also endorsed the changes to the Greek loan facility agreement, which extend the grace period for the loans granted to Greece to up to 10 years. This will facilitate Greece's return to the market funding in the medium term. We welcome that all member states now have signed the new amendment to the EFSF framework agreement that will increase the effective capacity of the EFSF to 440 billion euro and greatly enhance its flexibility by adding new instruments to its toolkit. That means the possibility to recapitalize financial institutions in distress, including in non-program countries, the possibility to have precautionary credit lines like the IMF, the ability to intervene in the primary markets, for example, at the end of a program to facilitate the re-entry of the member state in the markets, and the ability to intervene in the secondary markets in case of exceptional market circumstances. Furthermore, we reached agreement on the details of the pricing of future EFS loans, which, in line with the general orientation provided by the Euro Area Heads and State or Government Summit on the 21st of July, will be reduced to the funding costs plus the operational costs of the ESF. Once again, because I don't think that this was understandable. We reached an agreement on the details of the pricing of future ESF loans, which will be reduced to the funding costs plus the operational costs of the EFSF. This enhanced capacity and toolkit will make the EFSF a much more powerful instrument to address financial stability issues as well as to prevent further contagion in the euro area. The ratification process in the member states is well on track. 4 countries, Spain, France, Belgium, Luxembourg, have already ratified, and the other member states are expected to ratify before mid-October. We had a discussion on the collateral issue, and we made progress on that arrangement for a possible provision of collaterals. We concluded that if collateral will be provided, this will be done at an appropriate price. We decided to launch the procedure to replace Mr. Jürgen Stark at the ECB board. I have indicated to colleagues that candidatures can be given to the President of the Eurogroup before the 27th of October. September. Okay. Yeah. In the euro area, everyone is disoriented, so that's why I don't know if the Commission, because the bank is never disoriented.
Thank you, Jean-Claude. I hope you do not mean that the Commission would be disoriented. That's impossible by definition. So, thank you anyway, Jean-Claude.
The Commission is not disoriented, but the Commission is sometimes disorienting.
Trying to navigate in the sea of 17 euro area member states. So I reported to the 17 euro area member states, the Eurogroup, on the economic outlook on the basis of our recent interim forecast, which we presented yesterday. And clearly this slowdown of the economic recovery in Europe and elsewhere adds to the current challenges we need to address, which requires stronger political determination than ever. In our forecast, we project that GDP growth for the euro area is expected to remain unchanged at 1.6% this year. However, the quarterly growth profile for the euro area has been revised down significantly by about half a percentage point in the third and fourth quarter, and therefore, in summary, recovery is stalling in the second half of the year, but we do not forecast a return to a recession. Clearly, financial market conditions have deteriorated sharply in recent weeks and months due to the sovereign debt concerns, anxiety about the outlook for growth and fiscal sustainability in the US. In a nutshell, uncertainty and stress in financial markets is now having negative ramifications